The Aer City Sling is a small 2.4 liter sling that can also be worn as a waist pack. I'm Tom, the founder of Pack Hacker, where we use our expertise and real-world experience to provide practical resources and honest opinions, guiding you towards smarter travel. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I've personally been testing the Aer City Sling for the last 3 weeks in Detroit, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Let's dive into every detail of this bag. And one more thing before we dive in, if you want to learn a little bit more about this sling as well as see the best buying options, head over to packhacker.com, link in the description below. Let's jump in. We've reviewed a ton of other Aer products at Pack Hacker, and the aesthetic of the City Sling fits right in. The City Sling originates from a very popular collaboration Aer did with Oshman's in Japan. So for a while, it was an exclusive just to Japan, but it's been brought into the US market due to the popularity of the design. I had this sling over at our first official Pack Hacker meetup in San Francisco. We had over 15 people show up on such a short 3-day notice. So thanks to everybody who came. But I wanted to bring this up because we were talking a lot about Aer and the overall aesthetic at that meetup. Even though most of Aer's bags are black, it's usually easy to tell that it's Aer. I think it's a combination of the 1680D ballistic nylon that they have, as well as these really big, fat, weather-resistant YKK AquaGuard zippers that they kind of use as an aesthetic design element, as well as a functional one. We like the look of this sling, but we decided to poll our Instagram audience and get their thoughts on it as well. Here are the results. At the time of this review, there are 2 different colorways. There's the black that we have here and the gray as well. Black seems to be the most popular since it's currently sold out at the moment. From a branding perspective, there is a very small Aer logo tag going on right below the compression strap here. So very low profile. We like that Aer does that. They keep everything very subdued, and their logo doesn't interfere too much with the greater look of the sling. To wrap up the rest of the materials on this sling, we have that 1680D ballistic Cordura nylon on the exterior. We have Japanese YKK zippers. Some of them are AquaGuard and some are reverse coil. To wrap this up, we have Duraflex plastic hardware as the buckle on the sling, as well as the compression adjusters on the sides. Let's check out the exterior of the sling, starting with the sling strap. First of all, there's a massive Duraflex buckle on the front here, and then we have strap adjusters on each side, held down by elastic. We've seen a very similar design on the Code of Bell CrossPod, and with that, one thing to note is that if you are flipping this sling from your back to your front often, these elastic keepers can start to slide around a bit and creep, and then you get a little bit more of that excess strap if you're constantly kind of pulling the sling from your front to your back. One other note on the big buckle is that if you're gonna go Pack Hacker style and wear a larger bag on the back and a sling on the front, this big buckle can kind of get in the way between your back and the bag. This was hardly noticeable, but I could see it being a little bit more noticeable if you're going with a bigger bag around 40 liters. If you have a smaller frame, you can also tighten the buckle completely to one side, leave the other one loose to kind of position this a little bit more on the side to give yourself some more room. Now, this isn't really a con of the sling, it's more of just a usage note if you want to use the sling in this way. One other benefit to a sling strap like this that's anchored a little bit more towards the middle is that you can wear it like a hip belt, bum bag, fanny pack, whatever you want to call it, as well. Now, the big difference between the Aer City Sling and the Aer Day Sling 2 is that the Aer Day Sling is really designed to be a sling. So there's one strap that's kind of anchored at the top here and one on the side, and you can't really wear that as a fanny pack or a hip bag or a hip belt, whatever you want to call it. However, with the Aer City Sling, you totally can. So if you want to see a more detailed comparison on those 2 slings, head over and watch our quick hit video over on our other YouTube channel, Pack Hacker Quick Hits. On each side of these straps, we have a compression cinch going on. This design allows you to control the profile of the sling a little bit more, as well as the capacity that's inside of the main compartment of the sling. If you want more room in the main compartment, you can leave these loose. If you want to keep a lower profile, tighten them up. Now, generally, we think this works very well. However, we wish Aer maybe would have included a little bit of strap management for this little guy here. If you don't have the sling exactly centered on your back while you're wearing this thing, these can start to rub against the back of your arms as you're walking around. This is such a minor gripe, but hey, that's why we make these videos. And lastly, the zippers are a little bit jangly. I've seen some other people cut these zippers off and add their own zipper pulls that are silent, so you can definitely do that if that bothers you. You'll definitely hear this as you're walking around, especially if you're in a more quiet area. All right, so that was a lot of notes on the exterior. Generally, this thing is solid on the exterior and carries very comfortably, but of course, we're just gonna bring up those minor notes. Let's check out all the pockets and organization going on in this bag, starting with the secure pocket on the back. Generally, this is the most secure pocket on the exterior of the Sling, especially since it's against your body while you're wearing it. Aer has also opted for a smaller reverse coil YKK zipper that is somewhat hideable by the excess fabric and the welts, allowing you to tuck away the zipper fully behind it when you want to keep a little bit more of a low profile. The pocket will fit a plus-size iPhone comfortably, and it's easy to take in and out at an angle. The giant YKK AquaGuard zipper on the front opens right up, kind of like a cute little duffel bag. We dig the way this front pocket is combined. The pocket space goes all the way to the edges, even where this fabric starts to come into the compression strap. So there is a lot of space going on in this pocket. Within the zippered pocket, there is a plastic key clip to attach your keys to. Depending on how you have this Sling configured, you can unlock a door while keeping the keys attached to your Sling. I'm 6'2", and when I wear the Sling a little bit more loosely, I just crouch down a little bit to get access to the door. I do like that I can always keep my keys attached to the Sling. That way I know when I leave the house, just grab the Sling, everything I need is inside. Generally, this pocket has been great to dump things into, so we have a battery bank, excess cords, and other small items inside. We've even found that we can fit a Patagonia Storm Racer rain shell jacket, size medium, on the inside as well. And it's great to just have that rain shell if you are expecting any rain. Again, you're kind of maxing out this pocket if you put that jacket in there, but it does fit. Moving on to the main pocket of this Sling, this is the expandable part, and yes, it does fit a Nintendo Switch. On the back side of the Sling, the part you wear against your body, we have a small liner pocket that's good for some field notes and a pen or a passport. And then there's ample space in the middle for additional items. This is the main area that compresses and uncompresses. On the other side of that, we have two liner divider pockets with some elasticity at the top. Now, it doesn't really hold items super secure. If you want to see a Sling with a lot of stretch on the interior, check out the Heim Planet Transit Line Sling Pocket. That thing will basically grab whatever you need due to the high elasticity in the pockets, as well as the mesh design. Behind those two divider pockets, there is a sneaky zippered pocket as well. This is great for your passport or extra cash, anything that you really want to keep secure on the interior of the Sling. Also, as a little pro tip with the Sling, if you have taller items in those two divider pockets, it can kind of block access to that zippered compartment, making things even more secure inside the Sling. With a trip to San Francisco and Los Angeles from Detroit, this thing has seen a lot of mileage, including 4 flights over the 3 weeks of testing and using it nearly every day. There's a wide variety of options for organization in the Sling, and I really enjoyed fiddling around with it and finding the system that works best for me. The compressed and uncompressed states are even a little bit more handy than we originally thought. One note on this, if you want to see a Sling that does this in kind of an automatic way, check out the Bellroy Sling that has a self-compressing feature. And lastly, one usage note with the Aer City Sling is that if you have this thing fully packed out and uncompressed, it can get a little cubey and rectangular. Now, when it's in this state and you have it behind your back, it can be a little bit hard to tell which way is up. This strap can kind of start to twist around a little bit, and sometimes you can get it on your back on the wrong way. Again, this is a minor note, and you're only going to run into it if you have this thing fully packed out with a ton of heavy and more rectangular gear. So to wrap this thing up with some pros and cons, starting with the pros, there is some versatile organization in such a small package. The City Sling has a streamlined look and intuitive feel. We think this is really excellent size and form for a Sling as well. It's not too small, but also not too bulky. On to some of the cons. The Sling can be unwieldy in a fully expanded state, fully loaded with heavy, more rectangular gear. You'll definitely hear the jingly, jangly zippers when you're walking around, especially in a quieter area. The elastic strap keepers can move around a bit when flipping the Sling from the front to your back often. Aer is not new to creating excellent gear, and we've seen far more hits from them than misses. The City Sling is no exception, and we gladly welcome it into the list of greats. Between the clever design of the Sling and the versatile organization, all while keeping a low profile, there are many ways to carry and organize the City Sling. If you like big functionality and a small package while maintaining a streamlined look and feel, the the City Sling could be a solid choice for you. So there you have it, our review of the Aer City Sling. We would love to hear what you think in the comments below about this sling. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.